"I have my freedom of speech" are the last words a retired university professor is heard saying before the line goes dead. On Wednesday, son Wenguang, 84, was in the middle of an interview with US-funded broadcaster Voice of America, VOA, when police broke into his home in Jinan, China, and forced him off air. Prof Sun has in the past been openly critical of the Chinese government. A friend confirmed to the BBC that Prof Sun had been taken from his home by Jinan city police officers. VOA says it has not been able to reach Prof Sun since then. Prof Sun had been talking to the Mandarin language service of VOA about Chinese government's foreign investments. It followed an open letter he wrote recently criticizing President Mr. Xi's decision to spend money on foreign aid, loans and investments. He urged him instead to concentrate on domestic spending. The letter also criticized Mr. Xi's decision to remove presidential term limits. As he is talking, voices can be heard in the background of the recording, which VOA has since shared on Twitter. Here they are again, 7, 8 of them, he tells the interviewer, before addressing the group of officers. "What, did I say anything wrong? Listen to what I say, is it wrong?" He goes on again to explain his criticism of China's foreign investments. "People in China are poor. Let's not throw our money in Africa. Throwing money like this is of no good to our country." Prof Sun's shouts then get louder as he can be heard telling the policeman, "What are you doing? It's illegal for you to come to my home." "I have my freedom of speech." The line then abruptly goes dead. A retired physics professor from Shandong University, he spent more than a decade in and out of prison at various times from the 1960s to the 1980s for criticizing communist leader Mao Zedong. The longtime government critic is one of the original signatories of Charter 08, a manifesto which called for political change in China. In 2009, Prof Sun was beaten while visiting the grave of Zhao Ziyang, a communist leader who was purged for supporting the Tiananmen protests of 1989. The then 75-year-old said at the time he had suffered 3 broken ribs and injuries to his hands and legs. He was later admitted into hospital. Prof Sun has also been denied a passport, according to the New York Times, and so is unable to leave the country. It is unclear. VOA says its attempts to reach Prof Sun have been unsuccessful, and there has been no official confirmation of any arrest or police action. But a friend of Prof Sun, who confirmed he was taken away by police officers, told the BBC that she believes he and his wife are being held in a local hotel where he has been detained previously. Li Hongwei added that she believed Prof Sun was within his rights to express what he thought about the government. According to Human Rights Watch, Mr. Sun's experience is the daily reality of a human rights activist in China. At any moment, police officers can arrive to take them away to be interrogated, detained, tortured, or mistreated, simply for challenging the authorities' narratives and speaking to foreign media, senior researcher Maya Wang told the BBC. Patrick Poon, An East Asia researcher from Amnesty International echoed these remarks. "It's a disgrace to see how a Chinese public intellectual who was doing a media interview was suddenly cut off by police officers." "It vividly shows how the Chinese authorities clamped down on free speech," he told the BBC. "Police can harass dissidents anytime and anywhere they like.